Hi guys, update to how things are going. It's just over a week. I think it was a week gone Friday when I posted last, and I said then I was out of a splint. And in the post op knee brace and using forearm crutches when I was walking on just using the stick in the house. Things have come on quite a bit since then. I should have had an appointment last week, but they cancelled it and they moved my appointments to Mondays, so I've actually been there today. My knee's actually doing quite well. I only have to use the crutches now if I walk a long way. In the house, I don't even need. I can get around reasonably well if I'm not walking too far in the house without the stick. If I've been sitting down and I find I need the stick to help us get up. My wrist, it's still not, still a bit bad. It's not as bad as it was. I've only got like a light support on it now. It's eased off quite a bit. That's a lot down to the fact I'm not using the crutches. Everything else is going quite well. The old tickers, no, I've had no problems with that, thankfully. No problems with my asthma. My back, it's niggling a bit today for some reason, but just one of them things, I think. My other knee and my ankles are doing well. I'm walking quite well with just the stick, to be honest. Went shopping on Saturday and I was going to take the crutches and I decided not to because I thought I'll just use the shopping trolley and I used my stick, and I was all right actually. And I mentioned it to the doctor today, and he said that's a good sign. Still quite a bit, still a bit discomfort and pain in it, but all of that will take time to like settle down. So I'll do the old usual show you is getting around. I'll show you is walking with the stick and without. Move that out. So I'll show you with the stick first. I'll show you without. Please don't fall over. I'll show you the knee. I feel like last time I can that down a bit. So I was bending my knee and get it. Find I can bend it a bit more than I could. To be honest, over the last week it's come on quite a bit. It really has improved a lot over this last week. Still quite painful. It still feels quite like weak, the knee. Um, I've got to wear this 24/7, even in bed. And they said if things continue to go the way they are, probably in another week or two they'll take this off us. Well, off, sorry, I'll stop wearing it when I'm resting. They said if I'm just sitting with my leg up in the house, I can take it off and just, and put an ice pack on it or what if I feel it's a bit swollen, which sometimes it does. Or I can just actually sit with it up, have like a footstool or put it up on that and they said but remember when you get up to walk, put it on first. They're a bit awkward because it's not a wraparound support, but it is a good support. It is really helping me. My other knee hasn't bothered us at all, which is good. It aches on and that because of the wear and tear in it, but I think it's starting to get there. It's it's actually healing quicker than I anticipated it would do, to be honest. So that's a good sign. As I say, like my wrist still, it's not great, but it's better than it was. Like I can like use it. Whereas the other week I was doing that, the pain. I was actually having pain shooting up my arm at one stage. But it's still if like I'm wearing this in the house when I'm on a computer and sometimes I will put my splint on. I've still got it here. Um, as I carry like done some as I said I was shopping on Saturday and I carried some shopping and I put that on and like because my wife says why don't you just leave it put that one on and she's all carry the shopping. I said no I can carry some. I says it's all right. It's just I carried it's obviously not great carrying shopping when you're using this day. Um, but But that's how things are going. I'm getting there, so that's, it is positive at the moment. It's positive. Like my knees, it's not going to be great. I'll still be walking with a limp. I still have pain and discomfort in it. Possibly have to wear the support. They said it may be possibility that I may need to wear some sort of support on it, all the time when I'm walking around, or even possibly use a stick more often, which I do sometimes, which I have used a stick in the past, and my knee's just been given as, grief and drip. But that's how things are going, so it is getting there. Anyone out there who's got knee injuries or had knee injuries and want to ask questions, please do feel free to. Or even, ankles, I've had bad ankles, I've had bad backs, I've had bad necks. It's been a bad neck. My neck's given us a bit chip, actually. It's been given us a bit chip, but not too bad. People want to know questions about, my angina, my heart problems, my wrists. As I say, like I have in the past had 2 bad wrists at once. I've had 2 bad knees, It's all down to, a lot of mine's down to the fact that I played a lot of sport when I was younger. And I played football. Sometimes I would be playing football and my knee was killing us. I'd maybe played football on the Sunday and I'd have 5-a-side on the Tuesday, and I'd picked a bit of an injury up and my knee was, in pain, and I'd be hobbling and I'd still kick the football, still play football. That's why I'm suffering so much now. So what my point is, listen to your joints, look after your joints. If you've got, sometimes you bend your knee the funny way and you get pain and it's not normal. That's not normal. Unless you've had a bad injury, obviously me, but it's not normal for the average person. If you're getting stuff like that, get them checked out. Strap them up if you're doing sport and it's affecting you. Strap them up, if you're doing physical activities. I did start wearing supports. Some of my earlier videos I showed you what I wore. To be honest, I think laterally is playing. Laterally playing days, sometimes it took us long to strap everything up and actually could manage to play for, but that's part of getting older. But that's all for today, guys. Anyone got any questions, please feel free to ask. I will try and post another video maybe next week or the week after, but it'll depend how things are and if there's any real change, really. But at the moment, as I say, in the house I don't need the stick at all. I do tend to use it, as I said, when I get up, if I've been sitting down for a long time. I tend to find I need it on the morning when I get out of bed because my leg's quite stiff. Because obviously I can't bend my knee very well, so it does stiffen up. If I walk a lot, like been to the hospital today, and when I came out, I thought, right, and my wife took it because I struggle getting my knee bent to drive. And she says, you're not using this thing. Now I want to try and walk without it. And I got out the hospital without it, and I started using it a little bit in the car park I saw there, but it wasn't too bad, and I'm not suffering for doing that now, so that's a good sign. Thanks, guys. Bye.